Basically, I am here to meet new people and hopefully have some fun.
Hi everyone, I'm Poonam. Basically, I'm a nutritionist by profession and I'm here for socializing. Thank you.
I'm a long-term investor. I invest in mutual funds and shares.
Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Aditi Pandit, founder of Sri Sai Dental Hospital at Shankar. It's lovely seeing all the beautiful and energetic and smiling faces here. Hope to connect with all of you and have a good time together.
I'm Swati Jain Chatterjee. I'm chartered accountant by profession. I'm looking forward to getting to know more about all of you all and having a good time with you all. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Ravina Nantani and I'm a newborn photographer, and I've joined this group to grow personally and professionally both. Want to know all of you.
I'm designer by profession and I'm lovely to be here and hope to have a good time here.
Hello everyone, myself Ankita Baredia. I'm from Anokchand Dwellers and I'm here to meet you all and to learn new things with all. Thank you.
Hello everyone, myself Shilpi Mata. I'm born and brought up in Jaipur, but married in Raipur, and I've come here to join, meet new friends.
Hi everyone, Vasna here. Basically shifted to Raipur and got married here. Joined this kind of session.
First thing that a person notices is you. Not your resume, not your degrees, not your background, not your credentials, just you. So how do you make this first impression the most impactful one? Making a great first impression is not just an accident. With little bit of planning, execution and application, you can transform your style, substance and the final impact. Remember, dressing is not about fashion or vanity. It is in fact about self-expression, self-love and self-acceptance, and also teaching everybody how to treat you. We, the women at We, recognize this and bring in front of all of you a super powerful session on power dressing by none other than Mr. Bharat Gupta, who's right here amongst us. And without much ado, I'd like to call Roshi, my friend, for a brief speaker introduction. Over to you.
Thank you, Nandita. That was powering indeed. So I was told this is okay from our last sessions. We all like dressing up, whether for a party, a wedding, or even an online session. However, being fashionable is not an easy task. Having clothes is not enough, and you need to have a perspective. So these were the words quoted by our speaker of the day, none other than fashion stylist Mr. Bharat Gupta. Bharat Gupta is a leading fashion stylist, creative director and fashion consultant. He is a stylist for the Behind the Looks of 2021 Miss Universe Anat Sandhu. He is the official stylist for the Miss India organization and the fashion director for the international pageants. He has styled top fashion weeks including Latin Fashion Week, FDCI India Fashion Week, Times Fashion Week and many more. Through the ad campaigns and show he has styled, he has also put looks together for Noora Fateh, Tapsi Pannu and many more. As a commercial stylist, he has also worked with several brands including Dove, Asian Paints, Nykaa, Palmolive, Colgate, Dove, to name a few. He has written fashion-based contents for cover stories for Hindustan Times Sunday magazine. He has also been on the journey for 3 years to pick the top models for the country. We, as a member of Women in Trust, with great pleasure welcomes Mr. Bharat Gupta this evening to fill in with the tips of do's and don'ts of style. Welcome.
full of powerful women and a few gentlemen, of course. Thank you for the lovely introduction and thank you for having me here. Clothing is at the essence of everything that we do. We may choose what we eat, we may choose where we go, we may choose what we do, but we do all of these things wearing clothes, right? We don't one day decide to walk out of the houses without wearing clothes. So if someone tells you that fashion may interest me, fashion is not my thing, that's a lie. Because if there's a piece of clothing on their body, they're automatically a part of fashion. There is someone inconspicuously somewhere in the world who has picked that fabric, picked the tailor, dyed that fabric in a particular color, made that outfit and sold that outfit to you. So how can you not be affected or impacted by fashion? Okay? More so for us, because before I get into power dressing, I think we must appreciate where we come from. India, Pandit now, Bharat maybe tomorrow, so my name is going to become extremely popular. Though I still believe phonetically the spelling of our country is going to be wrong because it should be BHAARAT. My name is the right spelling. So, we as a country are originally sustainable. Everything that comes from the West is propaganda. Everything that we do is real. The only problem is that there's a change in equilibrium where now what they are doing is what we used to do and what we're doing is becoming the West. Our fabrics, our handlooms, our weaves, the karigars who work on making these outfits, the entire process is sustainable. There is a livelihood that comes out through fashion, and innately what we buy is something that is passed on from generations to generations. For example, the sari. Everything of Indian heritage is an heirloom piece, and therefore it's timeless, just like everything that Rekha ji wears, and her face and her demeanor. In the West, they wear for the moment. They purchase for the moment. Fast fashion, in other words. So there is no, the purpose is solved by the quick transition of buying something, not by keeping it. Now, in my house when I was younger, and I look younger than I am, so I have to thank my genes for it, there were, sweaters would go from cousins, elder cousins to younger cousins, and they would keep going on and on and on till the thread of the wool would start coming out and it would become tatters, only then it would be discarded. The same thing would happen with t-shirts also. And that t-shirt would not get thrown, then it would become a pocha or a katka like they call it in Maharashtra. And then when it would really become a part of the earth, would it go away, right? That is, see, what we laugh at and what we used to get irritated with our parents for when we were growing up is sustainability in fashion. That when a piece of clothing is bought, it is bought not for the moment, it is bought for a longer duration. Right? Somewhere in this अंग्रेज चलेगा अंग्रेजी छोड़ के in this inadequacy that we feel within ourselves of not being from the West, or not being white, or not being blonde, or not being at a position that they put themselves at. Therefore, what we feel that they do is more relevant. Ideally, what we do is relevant and they need to follow that. Once we begin to respect our heritage, whether it's fashion or otherwise, it's going to help. So many people, when I style harnas or the other pageants, so many people troll or DM me saying that why do you only take these designers? There are so many great international designers, or Deepika wears foreign designers, and this one wears foreign designers. Why do you keep using Indian designers? Because why not? When Harnaz or now Shweta, whoever is going to represent India internationally, she's representing the name India and everything that comes with it. It is that 20 days of opportunity to showcase what our designers can do to the rest of the world. Not to showcase that what they do great and we're so inadequate that I have to go to them and get it. Right? So for me, this is power. Understanding fashion and its purpose is power. And when you understand that power becomes a part of you. And once it becomes a part of you, it becomes comfort. And then power becomes a means of daily life. It becomes your lifestyle. There is no effort that goes into it. Right? Now you will see a lot of people are very comfortable in salwar kameez on a daily basis. You will see a lot of people, especially house help, who can squat down in a sari and glide across the floor and in 45 seconds sweep the entire floor, where you will see girls quarter your age who can't even walk 30 steps in a sari. Right? What is that? That is comfort in what you wear. When we look at the Middle East and we see them in a hijab or a burqa, we wonder how do they stay like that, right? The West looks at us when we go to Goa and they wonder why people go in a t-shirt and leggings into the water and not in a swimsuit or a bikini. It is what you are used to wearing. Fashion isn't determined by your choice at the moment. Fashion is determined by your demographics, your ethnicity, your culture, your upbringing, your thought process, your peers, or the city that you're brought up in, the exposure that you had, the access to information that you have. And therefore it keeps changing. I look at my pictures from what I wore last Miss India and I'm like, what was I thinking? So fashion changes, you change with age. So how can what you wear remain the same? It is going to be a constant evolution, and that is the fun of it. You will be married to the same man hopefully your entire life. That is boring and mundane. At least you can change your clothes every day. Yeah? So that makes life exciting. Imagine if you could switch the two. So that is what you need to do. You need to understand that, see, these are little things where you can find the joys in life. Either you make it a sense of responsibility, oh God, अब फिर से सोचना पड़ेगा क्या पहन के जाना है. Or you take it as, at least ये तो same है, ये तो बदल सकता है. Correct? So that is something, and I will tell you, it is, they were taking a little interview upstairs, and I was telling them the same thing, that what we wear determines how we behave on that particular day. You will wear something which is exciting to you at the moment, and you will walk into a room and your friends say, "Ye kya pehen ke aaye?" And then you will suddenly become a little self-conscious. You will be quieter that evening, and you will probably be on the corner of that room. On another day, when you walk into a room and someone says that, "Oh wow, I really like what you're wearing," your mood will change. You will interact more. You're the same person. Your personality cannot change over a span of a couple of weeks or a couple of days. It is what you wear that determines how you feel, and therefore what you wear is very important. Two more things I'm going to say before I go on to the topic that I've come here for. If you're walking on the road, and this is especially a room full of women in a yet to be completely broken patriarchal society, that when you're walking on the road and someone touches you, you'll be uncomfortable, right? You will probably snap back at that person. You will probably try to find some sort of a defense mechanism to get back at that person, because you're not comfortable with that touch, because you don't like that touch. Now the same thing you do every day of your life, because the only thing that touches you every day is the clothes that you wear. How can you wear something that makes you unhappy when that is touching you every single day of your life? That means you're in a constant toxic relationship with your body, because you're allowing someone to touch you that you don't accept to be touched by. And that is where discomfort comes from. And that is where self-doubt comes from. And that is where lack of self-respect comes from, because it is not you. It is not your personality. It is an external factor that you're so subconsciously unaware of, that you're allowing it to affect you in that manner. Are you getting it? So every day and it does not see, money buys fashion, but style does not come with a price tag. That is something which is innately you. If I open out a carton full of white shirts and I distribute it amongst the 60, 70, 80 ladies over here, everyone will wear it differently. One will get an oversized white shirt and wear it like a kurta, like a short kurta with probably leggings and kitten heels. Someone will wear it as an oversized short dress with like an underbust belt. Someone will wear it like a formal shirt with beige pants and pumps. Someone will wear it in a grunge way with, leather, faux leather stockings and boots. Right? Everyone is going to wear it differently. No two people ever wear something the same way. Right? And that only comes from your sense of style. When I teach students and institutes, I tell them, in school, if you remember years back, or if you teach your children in math, then, you learn this equation A plus B is equal to C to 2A plus 3. So in that similar equation sense, fashion plus personality is equal to style. When you take out personality, then you're blindly following fashion. And when you do that, you look like those strange boys who run around town dressed like Ranveer Singh in colorful clothes, but don't have the personality to carry it on. There's this new thing of co-ord sets that all women love because it bridges the West and the East together beautifully. Now, whether the lengths of those co-ord sets work, or the shape of the pants work, or they don't work, but 90% of Indian women between the age of 30 to 55 are all in co-ord sets, right? So, again, a great concept. But within the co-ord sets, you have so many silhouettes. What works for you? You are not going to wear something that someone else wears just because you think it looks great on them. Concepts of body type, skin type, height, all of these are man-made concepts because there is no rule book that that comes out of the book with a child saying काली है तो इसको ये मत पहनाना और ये 20 साल में बहुत मोटी हो जाएगी तो इसको ये मत पहनाना. God does not send out a fax to the child that comes out. These are things that you have a preconceived notion because you are made to believe on your life and then you continue to pass it on. These generations learn a lesson. Because you're breaking stereotypes for yourself, everyone's comfortable in English now? Yeah. Okay, if you want me to repeat, I'll repeat it in Hindi also. Okay? You're breaking stereotypes, so it's going to become easier for your children as well. Okay? In Africa, women wear a lot of neons, bright neon colors, even women in Rajasthan. Saniya would know because she's from there. A lot of native women from Rajasthan wear these neon saris and all of that stuff, and you see them in the desert. But we are told that if someone is wheatish or dark, they should wear sober colors, is the word that is used. थोड़ा सा रंग गहरा है ना तो उसको sober color कहते हैं. For what? What is white and black? They're not colors. At the opposite ends of this prism, white reflects all color and black absorbs all color. Okay? Now what happens is when I work on a fashion show, I always prefer taking darker models. Why? Because when all the lights come on and they come onto the ramp and the darker model walks, they take all the light. And the clothes, the actual color of the clothes come out now. Their skin becomes vibrant. When a fair model walks, everything is pale and dead because they keep pushing their skin keeps pushing the light over, right? So technically the logic that has been the colonized version of knowledge that has been passed on to us is the opposite of what color theory actually is. And it is because the people in power were white, that's why they made everyone believe that white is the way to go. Right? So this was basically just to give you a gist of clarity on what fashion is and your perception of it, which is very important for you to understand before you get into any of this. Now we can move on. to the next. I've gone over some of this already. These are the 3 P's that you must remember in life: power, personality, and perception. Okay? The first 2 are within you, the third is exterior. The third one is what people will see of you. If the first 2 don't exist, the third will not exist automatically. Because if you don't feel powerful and if you don't reflect your personality through what you wear, their perception of you will be completely, it's not like it will not exist. Everyone will have a perception of someone. But it will not reflect what you truly are. Are you getting it? Now, power is a relative word, which is the connotation of power comes with strength. But that's not true. Power does not mean if you can pick up a lot of weights. Power comes with the feeling that you can run a house and work. Power comes with you can run an active kitchen and bring up your kids together. Power comes with understanding how you can maneuver around your mother-in-law and still get away with things. All of this is power. When you know that, see, power is knowing the right, doing the right, and actioning the right. Okay? Which becomes, see, everything that I'm saying is personality based and clothing based. Okay? Everything that you wear gives you a sense of power. I'm going to say something, don't take it in a dirty way, but you wearing a negligee on your honeymoon is power, because you know what that thing is indicating. Are you getting? That is power, because you know that whatever you walk out of that bathroom in is going to change that man's life around. That is power. You are not saying anything. Your clothes are power. Not what Urfi Javed wears. Okay? Knowing yourself is very important. I'll give you another example. When we talk to each other, it's very easy for me to look into each other's eyes and talk right now. Okay? Because I'm getting acknowledgement. I'm getting nods. I'm getting a smile. Okay? So my personality can come out more. The least we look at is ourselves and into our eyes. If you notice, the only time you actually face yourself is when you look at the mirror. When you're probably brushing your teeth or getting ready. Even when you're brushing your teeth, you notice from tomorrow you will look everywhere except look straight dead into your eyes. Because that is acceptance. The moment you look at your eyes, human nature, you will begin to look at your flaws. And because you don't want to accept your flaws, you'd rather not look at it at all. Right? Therefore, to build your personality is to know yourself. And to know yourself is look at yourself and tell yourself, I like my forehead, I think my eyebrows are very thin. I like my nose, my skin is really bad. I like my face structure, my shoulders are too broad. I like how I dress in the winters, I don't like dressing in the summers. Make a list of what you like about yourself and what you don't like about yourself. Mostly what you like about yourself should be slightly longer than what you don't like about yourself. In the column of what you don't like about yourself, there will be 2 types of things. One will be things that you can change. You can improve your skin with skincare and with hair care. And there are certain things that you can work on. You don't like your hairstyle, you can get a different haircut. You don't like your sense of dressing, you can change it around. There are certain things you can't change. I can't become taller. These are things that I'm born with. You can't, unless you go through surgery, you can't change your nose. Right? But you can change the shape of your eyebrows. There will be certain things that you can work on that will give you the confidence to understand what steps you can take to change that around. And then comes acceptance of what are the things that you just cannot change about yourself. Now these are the things that you run away from. And these are the things that eat you up of self-acceptance. Once you begin to face that and once you begin to tell yourself, I am this height, that's alright, I can't change it. I will live with this and I will live happily with this. Then it starts bothering you less. Are you getting it? And then that will start giving you more confidence to dress a certain way because you have accepted who you are. Right now you're so distant from who you are to who you want to be, to who you think your friends see you as. There are so many, you're like an octopus. You have so many tentacles pointing in different directions of what you think you are and what you want to be, that you're actually getting stretched and you're lost. And then all the tentacles snap back inside and then you shake up and then you don't know what's going on with you. Right? When you understand that this is who I am and this is what looks nice on me today, and then tomorrow this will look nice on me, and 6 months later this will look nice on me, and just as you get so involved in accepting your children changing, you forget to accept that you are also growing up with them. If you had your child at 28 and today they are 8 years old, you have also become 36. You are also 6 years or 8 years older than you were when you had them. So unless you also begin to realize that you are going to change, your body is going to change, your style is going to change, you will keep battling with who you were and who you are today. Got it? So personality, for me, the core of style is personality. Clothes anyone can buy, especially today when everything is available online and there is zero charges on return policy and all that stuff. You can keep buying as many clothes as you want. I am 100% sure that each of you has that one relative who's extremely rich but always dresses expensive yet horribly. Every time you see them at a wedding or at a family function, you always come back and discuss either with your children or your husband, saying, वो क्या पहन के आती है? इतना पैसा है फिर भी ऐसे कपड़े पहन के आती है? So that is fashion. She's following. She's following what she's seeing blindly. But she has no innate sense of style because she doesn't know herself only. And now she feels that money can keep buying her jewelry and clothes and all that stuff, but she's not realizing that she's moving further away from her personality and style. And then there will come a point where she will start getting a Botox done and eyebrow lift done and this and that, till she becomes Michael Jackson and wavers away and no one knows. Right? Perception is something that you create, but you should be least affected by. What another person sees you as is their prerogative. Okay? When someone sees you dress a certain way and they like it or they don't like it is a reflection of their insecurities and their strengths. Right? So when they feel that they have not been able to wear something like you are wearing today, they will project their insecurities on you. So many times we buy something that we really like and then we don't end up wearing it. There are two reasons. One is that we think कुछ special occasion आएगा तो उसमें पहनेंगे. Or when you take it out to wear, you just suddenly feel इधर नहीं इस पे नहीं आज नहीं. Why? Because it is very easy to be a drop in the ocean. Because you merge in the entire ocean. No one sees you as वाह क्या पहन के आई है और ये क्या पहन के आई है. You walk in, they say hi, hello, you sit with them and you're comfortable. ठीक है, कुछ नहीं बोलना. And then you're at peace with yourself and then you can be normal, regular. Because there's that fear of judgment. Because you fear the perception of what people will think of you. Got it? So that's why you can't be blind to it. I can be the monk and say that you must not worry about what the world says about you and all that stuff. Of course not. You may be a spiritual body, you may be a soul, but you're living a human experience. So you will have human experiences. You will feel bad. You will feel happy. You will love yourself on one day and you will hate yourself on another day. That is what human life is. So if I say that perception must not matter to you, that is not true. Perception must matter to you, but not to the extent where you start undermining yourself. Sometimes another friend's perception of you is actually to help you. Urfi Javed doesn't have that friend. Right? So, and to each their own. She's happy, good for her. But if someone is telling you something, maybe it is coming from a good space. Maybe you are not in a great space at that time and you always feel someone is attacking you for what you're wearing and being judgmental of you all the time. But sometimes they also say things from a good space. Right? So perception, when you have power and when you have that sense of personality, you will take perception the right way. You will not let it negatively impact you. Okay, we can move to the next one. Now, finally coming to power dressing. Now, the idea of power dressing, of course, again came from the West. It came around the 70s when women entered the workforce as regular employees, not as part-time jobs, not as a hobby, not as a pre-marriage occupation, but they started entering mainstream jobs and they started getting promoted to roles that were more mainstream and not just subordinate jobs at the time. Now, when women came into power, here we had, like I said in the beginning, we had the sari as a constant. Their fashion has changed consistently from, each music and dance era sort of determines the clothing also, whether it was rock or rock and roll or disco, those battle pants or bell bottoms. So those things kept emerging. But women could dress like that in those mini skirts and all that stuff at home or at parties or outside of the workspace. When they took on those roles, they had to start dressing like what was considered as male dressing at the time, which were blazers and pantsuits and knee-length skirts and blazers and shirts, right? Whether you were dressing right before or during or after, there's no knowledge, there's no manual that says it, right? So women also at the moment know no better. They just know that they were not taken seriously, right? Now they want to attain that power that a man has. But the sexes have different strengths. Men are physically stronger, unlike me, I'm an exception. Women are strong physically and emotionally very strong. So they're at a benefit over men in that sense. Right now, women are trying to take over everything that men did. And then, once the equilibrium tips the other way, then you find its equilibrium. When they will realize that they don't need to become plumbers and carpenters and truck drivers, right? I have so many friends who are like full feminists and fighting for the rights or whatever, or the bulb fuse होता है तो रात को ये सीढ़ी लाके bulb बदल दो. So this is anti-feminism, right? In a way, because if you think that you can do everything, you should do everything. But it needs to tip in the opposite direction. Women need to understand what a man also does, to respect that also, to then find that middle ground. Because men have ruled always. They don't know how to be a subordinate to a woman. So when they are told to do something, it is not the incapability of not being able to do. It is the ego of ye aurat ka kaam. So that is what needs to come together. So that for women, again, power did not come through them wearing these outfits. Power came from the fact that they started getting the same roles at those jobs, right? And because men were not taking them seriously at the time, therefore they had to look like men to show them that I can look like you and I can talk like you and I can do better than you, right? So this is just a brief history of how power dressing came in. Now, we will also move on to power dressing in an Indian setup, because for us, like I said, I started with sustainability, doesn't change much. Because you can still wear a sari. The only thing that changes is the material of the sari and the drape of the pani. Right? So it is as simple as that for us, as against the West. When you dress in a certain way, you feel a certain way. Teachers in school dressed a certain way, students dressed a certain way. Right? It puts you in a sense of authority. This comes from the fourth wing of fashion, which is called uniform. Anyone who is in a uniform is set apart from everyone else. When you're on a flight, you're air stewardess or the pilot. When you're in school, the students. When those at the armed forces, they dress a certain way. there is a recognizability of their position and the authority that they hold in that position. Therefore, it is very important to understand that the role that you are playing within your corporate or your household or wherever you are, there is a certain authority that may be required, and that authority will come on your physicality. Now, it is very easy to say that, I really like her personality, but I haven't even spoken to her. It's a one-way conversation. I'm ranting on and on and on like Kangana and out, but she has not spoken back even once. Right? The first is, as much as we say ki, I fell in love with him when he spoke and his personality was so nice, but that is secondary. You always see a person first. We are human. Sight over senses or sight over other senses. We see someone, it is an energy about that person that draws us to that person, and therefore we begin a conversation with them. And then we judge based on the conversation with them that do we need to be friends with them or colleagues with them, or do they need to work with us or not work with us. The first impression is basis how a person looks. Which doesn't mean, see, again, that's subjective. You may find Shraddha Kapoor pretty, you may find Priyanka Chopra pretty, I may find Deepika Padukone pretty. That doesn't mean either of them are not pretty, or doesn't mean either of them is more pretty than the other perception. Like how we read in the previous slide. Right? But it is that first impression of a person that makes you showcase their authority, their seriousness, their commitment to that particular role or duty that they've come for. Okay? I am not fully supportive of this whole thing of acceptance and inclusivity and diversity, that anyone is wearing anything anywhere. I think there is a purpose of clothing, and that purpose gets solved when you wear the right piece of clothing at the right place. And then otherwise it just becomes very unserious. Otherwise it just becomes that you're just okay with anything. And therefore I'm not ready to work with you because I think you'll be okay with anything at that job also. Right? So when you walk into the room, people must know the purpose of why you're there. What you wear must define your presence in that room. If you're going for someone's cocktail, you will wear something which has a bit of glitter. When you're going for someone's haldi, you will wear shades of yellow. Very stereotypical, but I'm just giving you examples. When you're going for a brunch or a sundowner, you will wear pastel colors. When you're going out in the evening during the winters, you will wear blacks and greys and blues and earthy tones in the deeper shades. Right? So these are things that naturally come to you because the universe is telling you that. You feel comfortable in it, you feel warmer in black clothes in the winters. You feel airy in white clothes and pastels. Right? It is the fabric to change the aura. Of course you wear sweaters and trench coats or whatever, but there is a purpose of everything. Understood? I've spoken a bit about personal style, I will just add on to it. God doesn't make two people the same, even twins aren't the same. Right? Their behavioral patterns are different from the day they are born, even if they are identical twins. Therefore, no two people's sense of style will also be the same. There will be a slight variation. Even if they wear the same outfit, same hairstyle, same everything, they may wear different earrings or different shade of lip color. Okay? It is very important. You will only look nice in what you wear if you understand your own sense of style. Only when you understand what you feel good in and see, comfort is a very loose word. Because you feel comfortable in anything that gives you power. Okay? Like I gave an example before, a foreigner is very comfortable in a bikini, bueno. If you have, how many of you have been to Goa or a beach? Almost everyone. You will see that there are these 175-year-old Russian women who are 175 kgs big in a bikini with their stomach falling over, and they walk and no one will even look. And then you will see a bunch of Indian ladies who will go in the samandar and hold each other's hand. in a t-shirt and leggings or a salwar kameez, and then they would immediately come out and start adjusting, pulling that fabric away from their body. Right? Who's wrong, who's right? Neither. You've been brought up with a certain thought process. Therefore, you're dressing. Bikini is comfortable for her. T-shirt and leggings is comfortable for you. You make them switch. She's not going to be comfortable in t-shirt and leggings. You will not be comfortable in a bikini. Comfort is a state of mind in what makes you feel good at that moment and confident and powerful about yourself. Nothing is comfortable and nothing is uncomfortable. So many people say that, oh, I can't wear heels, they're very uncomfortable. Wear it for 1 month, you will wear them like you're walking chappal. It is only a habit. Are you getting it? So you need to understand, one is yourself, second is what you like. Each of you will have a certain categories of likes and dislikes. I like wearing these colors, I like wearing these silhouettes, I like wearing this and I don't like wearing that. Beyond this, there will be a certain category. When you go shopping, you will see certain things. You'll be like, I like this but not for me. That is one time. Second will be, this is really nice, this will look nice on XYZ, which is your friend or relative or whatever, but not on yourself. Now, if you want to increase your power in clothing beyond what you wear currently, fortunately, stores don't charge money to take clothes into the trial room and try them on. Okay? When you see something and you see it and you say this is really nice, not for me, pick it up. When you see something you say this is really nice, but this is nice for her, but not for me, pick it up. Take it to the trial room, put it on yourself. You will hate it, you will hate it, you will hate it. You may like it, you really like it. Over a period of time, 1 try, 2 try, 5, 10, maybe one of these tries, you will wear something and be like, hey, I've never worn this before, it looks not bad. And then suddenly in your tree of fashion, one different branch will open. Right? And then you will start trying that different thing and people will start noticing you're looking different today. Very nice, yeah? Where did you get this from? Your confidence will grow. And then you will start trying more and more different things. And that is where power will come. See, I can do this class very easily and tell you, wear a blazer with broad shoulders, you will feel powerful. Wear pants that finish at your ankle, you will feel very powerful. I can give you very stereotypical definition of power dressing, which you can Google also and find. But unless you find the meaning of power comes from even basic dressing, nothing is going to change. Because you will wear that power suit once or twice or 5 times a year, but you will wear clothes every day of your life. And that is power. Understood? So try this method of taking clothes to the trial room and trying something that you generally never want. The other advantage is trial rooms generally have 3-side mirrors. So you actually get to see what you look like in that outfit in totality. At your house you have a very 2D vision, you just see the front. Okay? It always helps to try something. Sometimes our closest people are the most judgmental. Because they're so used to seeing you in a certain way that they don't accept change. Your children will not want you to look different. They feel safe because you look a certain way. There are these really funny videos on Instagram where the father shaves and the kid starts crying when he sees the father for the first time clean shaven. Because they're so safe with their parents looking a certain way. Try to also do rounds of shopping alone. For half an hour, for 1 hour. Because you're not going to be... See, sometimes with me also it happens. For the last 3 or 4 years, I've only been shopping alone. Because what would happen is I would go with a friend and I would see something at the store and I would not even pick it up because I would think that my friend's going to say, why are you trying that? It's so stupid looking. And then, khudi bina reason ke fear start coming into your system and judgment starts coming into your system. So I'd rather try it alone and then negate it alone. And then what maybe you want a second opinion. Then once you've seen certain things, send them a picture. I like this, what do you think? Experiment with it a little bit. Can we move on to the next slide? Now we spoke a little bit about the first impression already. these are the 3 C's of your first impression, which is contact, conversation, and conversion. Okay, contact, eye contact. You will see people in the room, and by now I know 8 or 9 people, and my eye contact will keep going from them to them because I know that I've got that comfort. Because they're nodding and smiling the most, so I keep getting that acceptance from them. Okay, so that first eye contact is very important. Now, you will be, when you are confident about what you wear, you will walk into the room and you make eye contact with people and speak to them. Whether they like you or not, you go back to slide number 2 on their perception. You will immediately know the energy of that person doesn't match with you, you move on to the next person. You will find someone who you will resonate with eventually. Okay? Observe. Every time you walk into a room, observe in a generic sense of what people are wearing and looking like as an inspiration for yourself. Okay? Generally, we walk into a room with our insecurities, so we begin to judge everyone the moment we walk in. It becomes a comparison. That I'm looking like this, चलो ठीक है, इसके तो मुझसे कपड़े बेकार हैं, इसके भी बेकार हैं, ये तो मेरे पास ऑलरेडी है, ये थोड़ी ठीक सी ड्रेस है. So it becomes judgment, okay, and it becomes, it's a fun activity we do in our head to make ourselves feel better about ourselves. Okay, so observe and take inspiration from how well people also dress and the effort that they make. Okay. Don't be mean to people about certain things that they do and certain effort that they make at that time. If you have a relation with that person and they're your friend, do it later, do it the next day, and tell them that. And it must always be preceded by a compliment that I really liked how your hair was, but I just wish your outfit was a different color, so they don't feel attacked. And no one in today's day and age takes criticism well. They always feel that it comes from a space of vengeance. So if you tell someone, I didn't like your outfit, they will think that because you didn't wear a nice outfit, you're telling that person that your outfit wasn't. Right? So you never take it in a way of a genuine criticism to help you. So you'd rather sugarcoat it and give it to them if needed. Otherwise, in a room full of people, only see the good and ignore what you don't like. So see, I like her top, I like her pants, I like this, I like how she's cleaned it up, I like how she's added belt to the outfit. So make mental notes. And then what will happen is, it will help you remember those people. So the next time you meet them, then it becomes a conversation starter. I really like the belt you had worn at the last Women's and Trust meeting that we had. She will already feel special because you remember what she wore the previous time. And she will find that self-confidence in herself. See, the thing is that you have to understand that while our struggles and our internal battles are huge, everyone is struggling. That is human life. Right? Their degrees are different. Someone will have physical issues, someone will have family issues, someone will have financial issues, someone will have health issues, someone will have relationship issues. Everyone will have all of these issues, but in different degrees. Right? So when you make them feel good, it takes a little bit of their struggle away for those few minutes. And if you attack them, it amplifies their struggle so much that they lose furthermore trust in themselves. And all of this is just basis physicality. Are you getting it? How you make a person feel will stay with them forever. Correct? And you will have these moments where you will remember, we have photographic memory. We remember these pictures through the course of time. And in those pictures, we also remember what those people wore and how they looked when those moments happened. Are you getting it? So make those moments nice for yourself and for them. It's very easy not to be nice, but it's really difficult when it should be the other way around to make someone happy. Are you getting it? My purpose of doing this is exactly that. When Saniya called me, my purpose of coming here was that there are people who dress well. Because there's information everywhere. you all are not you're not one step away from what women in metropolitans would be wearing or NRIs in America would be wearing. NRIs dress the worst. But because of information and online shopping and this and that, everyone is at the same plane. But what does not happen here is a sense of acceptance and validation. Right? Harnaz is from Chandigarh. She's not from Bombay. 2 years back, she was a regular girl. Right? She's been put onto that pedestal to make, and she's made to feel special. Nothing else has changed. It is all an act. Everyone in Bollywood is an act. And that's why they're so stupid, because they have zero personality, they don't know themselves. They are so... Now imagine if someone else is telling them what to wear, how far they are from their own personality and their sense of self. And it takes you 1 second as a lay person to tell when someone is wearing something which is an extension of their personality. Even through the pictures on social media. Are you getting it? Now, if you tell me some Bollywood star's sense of style that you like. Yeah, so I'll tell you. Ranveer Singh, great example. He is exactly what he is. He's eccentric, he's quirky, he's loud, he's fun, he's crazy, and that's what his clothes are. Put Varun Dhawan in those clothes, he will look like a clown. Are you getting it? He matches the clothes that he wears beautifully because he is that personality. Right? Shilpa Shetty, great. Because her body is great. Yeah. Yeah, Sushmita Sen, yeah. I think she's just done something very weird to her face. So I honestly, in the last 3 months, I'm not seeing below her neck only what is going on, because her face is so swollen. So Priyanka Chopra also, I feel, the thing is that I would tell you, if I tell you smoky eyes, chapta hair or gel back hair, you will think of Deepika. Right? Priyanka Chopra dresses well, but she just dresses like where she is. She goes to Europe and she dresses like Paris. She goes to America, she dresses like New York. She comes to Bombay, she dresses like a Benji. So she becomes the place that she's going to. She's fashion, she's not style. She's wearing great clothes she does everything right for the place. She's very textbook. I hate Sarah. I'll tell you why. And this is the person, you can like her. There's no again, there's no judgment. I'll tell you why I don't. Yeah, because classic. See, yeah, she said the same name. Correct. So, see, I'll tell you what. There are obviously women who are on this arty side of life, which is, can everyone see me if you can't even stand now? I'm tired. So no, not good. Now, people like Simi Grewal, Rekha, Valida Rahman, Vidya Balan is, I think, a hit and a miss at times. But Dia Mirza, all of these women have a very strong sense of who they are. They have a very strong sense of who they are, therefore they dress, there's a pattern that they dress in. You will see Simi Grewal in whites always. You will always see Rekha ji in extremely heavy south sarees. Right, you will see Dia Mirza in like these very Jaipur, Fab India type kurtas, cottons, sustainable in that sense, very clean makeup. She just looks really fresh. That is one category of people. Now, the new age of, I think Meera Kapoor's sense of style is really nice if she was 10 years older. I think she tries to match her husband's age, and she had a child when she's 0 years old, and she got married when she was minus 10 years old. So her life has gone in fast forward the moment she got married with a guy who is 12 years older. And And it's confused because in her ad campaigns, when she does a beauty brand, she's in these bodycon sequence dresses. But when she goes with a child, she's in Diya Mirza type clothes. So then it's confusing. So she's almost like a mother, like a South Delhi auntie. At the age of, I think she's in her 20s still. So I don't know what she will do when she's 37, 38, 40. Because she's dressing like that. She is a younger girl. You don't need to look like a mother, you need to be a mother. Unfortunately, the responsibility of a mother is not looking like one, but actually behaving like one. Right? And I'm sure she does, I'm not doubting that. I'm just saying that just by wearing cotton salwar kameez with a dupatta across your chest doesn't make you a mother. Right? Alia's still dressing fine. So I'll tell you with Alia, it is the person that she is and the actress that she is that even if she comes in tatters, you may still like her. Because she's a likable person. Because she's so comfortable in being stupid, she's so comfortable in being intelligent, she's so comfortable in being married, she's so comfortable in being married to a man who has dated all of her friends, that there is no insecurity. Correct? There's no insecurity in her. That's why she's confident. Everything that I have taught you till now, Alia is a great example of it. She's not the best dressed. At a lot of events, she's far, far from it. At Coffee with Karan, when she wore an American flag, she looked mental. But she wore some blue sequence dress with white stars and some red. She looked like the American flag. So it was, so it's not like none of this should go on video. I'll just not using what that I'm getting. So basically, she's not a great, but because she's so confident that your vision goes beyond what she's wearing. Are you getting it? These newer girls all dress the same. Ananya, Sara to a large extent, Chandni. Kiara, I still like. I'll tell you why. Because Kiara has, in our North sense, what we call Khandan. Kiara is born into a very Khandani family of South Bombay. So she has a lot of class. She's not desperate. And even when you see her in her interviews, she doesn't pretend. Initially, I didn't like her because I found her voice very squeaky. But and when I met her, she's one of my favorite people in Bollywood because she's again very confident, very comfortable. She looks great in the Mirza type salwar kameez also. Her airport looks are not over the top. They're over the top when they need to be. She dresses well when she needs to be. You can tell that she was completely disinterested in attending this event. So she's just worn whatever and come. She's very real in that sense. So that's what I really like about how she dresses. I know a lot of you will disagree, but I love Malika. Because I'll tell you what we don't actually see is that the whole discussion on diversity and inclusivity started with Malika. When everyone was whitewashed on screen, she was this charcoal colored girl who did chaya chaya on a train. Right? And she looked great in it. It is not like we were told that you have to like that song and you have to like her in it. And I kid you not, she took away the limelight of that song way more than Shah Rukh did. That song was not successful just because Shah Rukh was in it. That song was successful because Malika she gave class to item numbers. Do you know how tall Malika is? 5'1.5". Yeah. Malika is just about 5'2". She's shorter than me. So she's so tiny, but she has defied height. She's the first. Actually, Wendell Rodrigues is a very well-known was a very well-known designer from Goa. And he made Malika's news. And she was the first celebrity showstopper at any fashion show. And that's when after that the trend of showstoppers and Manish Mohit was second showstoppers, that's where it started from. But his idea was to create a muse and a collection pieces that muse and Malika was that muse. So when all your models, and right now you still get models who are 5'7", 5'8". At that time, Joey Matthews, Jessie Randhawa, Nina Manuel, Monica Chatterjee, all these models were 5'9", 5'10", 5'11", and she was 5'2", and she closed the show. So she defied a lot of norms in that sense. And again, what I like about Malaika is that she doesn't look cheap in what she wears. She's very comfortable. You don't like it, you don't like it. Okay, Nora Fateh, see the same way, Nora Fateh looks a little cheap. Little bit, yeah. It is just how you, it is just, see I'll tell you what, we spoke about eye contact. Okay, if I am wearing a low cleavage top and I'm talking to someone and I just do, your eyes will guide you to where you want that person to look. And then you will only, ढोंग रचो and say, उसने मेरे को देखा. तुमने दिखाया उसका कुछ नहीं. Right? It is the intention behind everything. It is your intent and intention behind fashion that guides people to accept it positively or look at it with a negative connotation. Are you getting it? I just want to do this who you like, who you don't like for a fun sense, because it is, like I said, you have to keep seeing and getting inspired by what you like. Okay? And you will also notice a lot of times you like she said, Sara Ali Khan, because she likes Sara Ali Khan. And when you like someone, you automatically start liking what they wear and what they do. Right? I like Alia Bhatt as an actress, so that's why I don't care about her clothes so much. It's not like I like them, but that doesn't bother me so much. But if I don't like Disha Patni, now even if she comes in anything, I will not like her, because I just don't like her. Right? So therefore your personality, actually in that slide I'm going to change it. It should be personality, power and perception. Your personality supersedes everything. Okay? I already spoke about conversation, that when you talk to someone, you must bring about something that you like about them. It is very important. Okay? To feel powerful also comes from empowering another person. And when you compliment them, you empower them. And their perception of you changes because they like you. Not because you're lying, but because you're being kind. Right? And then this converts into a longer term association, because trust comes and bonds build. And this also works in a professional setup. Okay? Now in a professional setup, you are not going to tell your male boss, really nice tie. Okay? Then you will get a different promotion on it. But what you have to do is, you have to look a certain way when you go for these meetings. You have to be powerful enough to maintain eye contact with them. Your conversations need to be as strong and sharp as you look, and that is when you convert the business. Okay? Now, can we move on to the next slide? Whatever you wear, whatever you put on your body, it will have these things. Repetition. It is going to be based on the perception of people. It is going to represent the amount of effort you have made. Okay, today everyone has made an effort. We are going for a stylist's class, तो तैयार होके जाना पड़ेगा. एक हफ्ते से दिमाग खराब हो गया, ये पहने या ये पहने या वो पहने. पावर ड्रेसिंग है, ब्लेजर पहने, गर्मी होगी, सर्दी होगी, ये. Your mind has gone crazy for the last 1 week. फिर 8 को कैंसिल हो गया. ओहो, आयरन करा के रखा, अब क्या करें? Right? So it is an effort that you make on a particular day for a particular purpose. Right? So you need to ensure that that effort comes. So see, when you start making an effort regularly, it will become a part of you. Right now it will feel like an effort. To wake up in the morning and make chai for your husband was an effort 10 years back, now it's a habit. Are you getting it? When you're kid comes back from school to feed him and put him to feed him food and put him to sleep was a strain before. Now it's become a habit. Are you getting it? So when you make an effort into not looking good, but into finding the motive behind why you're wearing at a particular place, it will become a habit. You will know what to do. I'll give you a little tip of what I do. I have a personal lookbook. Okay, everything that is in my wardrobe, every time I wear it, I take a picture of myself. Okay, now I will wear these pants maybe with a black shirt without the blazer, and someday I will take a picture. Then if I'm wearing casual clothes or this or that or whatever, I keep taking a picture. And I have a folder on my phone called My Looks. Okay, now when I have to go out, I don't need to pull t-shirts and shirts and pants out of my wardrobe. I go through that lookbook, I see what I like, and I just pull those two things out and I wear. It makes life so much easier and so much more organized, and you don't have to make a special effort. Every time you wear something, just take a picture of it and add it to that photo. That's all it takes. Your ironing will become so much easier because you बार-बार निकल के अंदर जब जाते हैं वैसी उस पे lines come, right? So just make this a habit, and every time you try something new at a store, in the changing room, take a picture. So when it comes, you already have a picture of the new thing that you bought. Got it? I deeply believe in appropriation of what is to be worn well. Okay, I told you already that skin tone, body type, blah blah blah. I'm not going to get into that because I don't believe in it. These are human set standards. It is a personal level of comfort of what colors you like, etc. The only thing that you need to do is time of the day and time of the year. These are two important things. So if it's in the day, when the sun is out, you wear pastels or brighter colors. When it's in the night, you wear deeper colors. When it's in the summers, you wear lighter and brighter colors. When it's in the winters, you wear darker emerald tones, blue tones, deeper colors. Understood? These are the only color theory wise you should try and imbibe or keep in mind. You're going to a family function, you will dress accordingly. You are going to the mandir or masjid or church, wherever, you will dress accordingly. You are going for a brunch with friends, you will dress accordingly. There is an appropriate dressing. So when you go to a brunch, you will wear like a maxi dress, like a full maxi dress. You will wear coordinate sets, crop pants or palazzo pants with like a short top or a kurta. You won't wear heavy denim jeans for a brunch because that's thick. That's not brunch like. You have to wear something which is airy. And it can also be a suit. Are you getting it? You're going to your family function. You will wear, if you're wearing Western, you will wear pants and a shirt. You will not wear something which is deep neck. Right? It is not like it is wrong, but it is inappropriate. You can wear whatever you want to. But if you're so comfortable wearing whatever you want to, then why don't you just roam around naked? Are you getting it? When people say, na, in-laws क्या जा रहे हैं, मैं तो ऐसी ड्रेस होती हूँ, उनकी प्रॉब्लम है. Are you getting it? But it is also your problem because you are making them uncomfortable, and that is not fair. Yes, if they say that, again, this is a very specific, I'm saying a very generic thing, you will have specific instances or whatever. If they like you to come in Indian wear and all your life you dress in Western wear and you go to them three times in a year, why does it kill you to wear Indian wear to meet them? That's alright. It is not a compromise. It is just out of respect that you are doing it. And they are very aware that you wear Western the rest of your life. But if you are a rebel and you want to do it, then do it with confidence. Don't do it to hurt them. Don't do it out of ego. Have a conversation with them and tell them that, you know, I feel more comfortable in this. I don't want you to judge me because I have no bad intention. It is just that I have a habit of wearing this. And if she says I don't like it, then it's up to you. Right? But if you're going to, मैं तो पहन के जाऊंगी Western, उनको बुरा लगे तुम्हारे माँ बाप है, मेरे नहीं. right? So, and the thing is that it's the same thing. When it comes to your own parents, you become defensive. So it's your partner's parents also. When you're in a corporate setup, you know certain offices allow jeans and a top also. Certain offices they expect you to come in a short and trousers, a shirt and a skirt or whatever. You don't wear high heels to office. You wear blocks or wedges or kitten heels. So that there's no, why don't you wear stilettos to office? There's nothing wrong. Yeah, the only problem is the sound, because you're constantly tuck, 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 tuck everywhere you're walking and you're distracting the office. That's the basic purpose of not wearing stilettos at a workplace, right? If they allow t-shirts and jeans, you will wear jeans that are comfortable because you're going to be sitting and standing, jeans that don't go low from the back, right? Jeans that are not ripped. You will not wear t-shirts that will have slogans or things written on them that can offend someone. You will not wear t-shirts that are too tight not because anyone else cares, you will be conscious. You will not put red lipstick to office. You will wear muted makeup. You will carry a big enough bag that has a purpose to carry like a tote bag for your laptop or your diary or whatever it is, to be able to carry that. So the thing is that it showcases the seriousness that you have towards the job. When I had got a couple of interns and at Miss India finale, the show day, they both came wearing heels and a dress. So I said, why then you both sit in the audience only? Because backstage when you have to kneel down on the floor and tie the heels of the girls because they have 30 seconds to go back on stage. And I will tell you, run to the other side because our girl has forgotten to put a hair extension. By the time you reach her entry, her announcement, she's not gotten selected also because her hair is heavy on one side, limp on the other. You have ruined her chances of winning because you look like this. That job at that time. So, yes, once the result is announced, once you know that the winners are announced, your job is over. For the party, change into whatever you want. But at the job, be in sneakers, be in flats, be in comfortable footwear, be in pants or pajamas, or anything where you can run around, bend, sit, stand, no one is going to look at you. Right? That is the purpose of it. Quality matters over quantity. Have specific pieces in your wardrobe. Have multi-purpose pieces in your wardrobe. Now, what I love about quad sets is that you can wear them in different ways. You know, you can wear the top with a different pant. You can wear the pant with a different top. You can mix and match. That one set can become 4 to 5 different sets of clothing. Okay, that's where your style comes in. अगर तुम वही टॉप और वही पलाजो पैंट बार बार पहन रहे हो, then वो 3-4 वॉशेस के बाद वैसे फास्ट फैशन है चले जाएगा. But how are you making it interesting? So that people are like, oh wow, I saw these pants before, it's really nice on you. So invest in quality. Don't have hundreds of clothing that you don't know how to wear only. वो cupboard में पड़े ही रहते हैं, you don't know what to do with them. Okay? Personal style I've already spoken about. Curated. See, in your wardrobe, you will have the front part of your wardrobe will generally be clothes that you wear regularly. A few tops, a few kurtas, a few pants, a few quad sets or whatever that are your general wear. There will be some clothes that are worn out, but you have some sort of an emotional connection to that you can't let go of them. It was a gift, you liked it a lot, you fade हो गया, फिर भी you wear it at home, उससे काम चले जा रहा है, but you can't let go of those clothes. There will be some clothes which will be either impulsive buys that you liked it, you bought it, but घर आके, you know, a lot of times a lot of clothes look great at a store and you buy it at home, it looks ridiculous. So वो impulsively खरीद तो लिया, वो कवर में पड़ा है, कुछ नहीं किया. Some clothes you buy as an aspiration that मेरा weight कम होगा, then I'll buy it. When I fit into it, and now I work out, ये सूट आ गया, मैं पतली होके पहनूंगी, इससे मोटिवेशन मिलेगी. वो मोटिवेशन है, वो मोटिवेट करी जा रही है, वो दिन आने का कि कब वो सूट पहनेंगे. Okay, then there will be some clothes which are expensive. जो ड्राई क्लीन होते हैं, जो शादियों पे और ओकेजन्स पे पहनते हैं, दिवाली पार्टीज पे निकलते हैं. Then you will of course have your nightwear, etc., etc. This covers all of your wardrobe primarily. Color palette, it will have a silhouette palette, it will have a similarity in what you wear. Okay, build on it. If you only wear solid colors, introduce print in a little bit. Tie a little scarf on your handbag which is printed, right? Buy a top where the collar has a print on it. Okay, if you have been wearing solids all the time and you suddenly go in a printed salwar kameez, your friend will think a circus clown has come, because eye contact, they are visually not used to seeing you like that. So they are taken aback and they're like, "Arey, ye kya ho gaya?" And then instead of experimenting with fashion, you will take 3 more steps back, like छोड़ो, फायदा नहीं है, मैं अपने कपड़ों में ठीक हूँ. You have to introduce, when you, अब तो क्या, are all of you married? Okay. So this example doesn't go through to you, but when you like someone, you don't take them to your parents on the first date, right? You try and test over a few dates or whatever, and then you realize कि अच्छा चलो serious relationship है, अब ले जा सकते हैं parents के पास. That is with introducing new things to fashion. You have to slowly make your body feel comfortable with a print. अच्छा scarf है, कुछ तो नया है, your body will tell your mind, छोटा सा चलेगा. अब collar पे आ गया, पास आ रहे बट अच्छा लग रहा है, अभी कुछ नहीं बोलते. Then your kurta will become printed, ये तो बड़ी daring हो रही है, but आज अच्छी लग रही है. Then you reverse it, you have printed pants with a solid top, and then you graduate to printed top with printed pants. Then you prepare your body that change is coming, and then you will be able to experiment with different things. But if you keep going from nursery to class 12, you will keep failing. And then you will like, उससे तो nursery ABCD सीखी होने में जिंदगी भर वो ही safe है. Getting it? So that's why notice today when you go back or in this week, notice what is your pattern of daily work and how you can. So 2 things you have to do. 1, add newness to your current silhouettes, and 2, what I said, that when you go to a store, what you think is nice but not for you, try that. If you do only these 2 things regularly in the next 1 year, next 3 months, and if we meet here after 3 months, you will automatically see a change in how you look or how you perceive yourself. Okay, we can move on to the next slide. So now these are the 4 basic. How many of you all are working women, like working in offices or corporates, etc.? How many of you go out very often, just like as in lunches and brunches or meet friends and stuff like that, like socialize? Everyone. Okay. How difficult is it for you to decide what to wear on a scale of 1 to 10? Okay. How? Now you don't have to say this. Okay, say it in your mind or write it in your diary. On a scale of 1 to 10, how well do you think you dress up? Don't be mean to yourself. Just because I am asking this question, don't give yourself 1, 2 or 3. Genuinely think and write or say it in your mind to yourself, how well do you think you dress? सोच लिया? I'm not some magician who's now going to take out chicks and everything. But see, now this figure needs to change. If it was anywhere below, this figure needs to move to 7 or 8, if it was. It can't be 9 or 10. Okay, if it's 9 or 10, then you're delusional. Okay, so 7, 8 is a good space to be, because that means you're open to trying new things also and you don't think you're perfect. If it's 4 or 5, 4, 5, 6, you're close but you're not pushing yourself. If it's 0 to 3, you're very self-conscious and you're judging yourself too much and you're being affected by your environment too much and you think that they will perceive you in a certain way. That's why you don't try to do anything about how you look. Okay? Where do you all do store shopping or online shopping? Online shopping, put your hands up. Both. Okay. Okay. So, you also have to be intelligent. Now, I'll tell you what I have done in the past is that when I was living in Bombay, Palladium has a really good Zara outlet. And I had made 2 or 3 store staff members friends at Zara. So then and then the relationship, because they get sales commission, right? So every time I would go there to shop the first few times, I would ask for them specially and get billed through them. So that trust me. Then what happened was that I told them that whenever your sale is happening, you tell me from before. So the previous night, they would tell me that, sir, kal subah se sale chalu ho rahi hai. At 10:45, I will be at the store. 11 o'clock, first day of sale, all sizes are available, all pieces are available, everything is available. I would get everything that I want and I would keep it with him in a corner. And he would hide those things so the sizes don't go. And then whatever I need one by one through the phase of that 1 month of sale, I would keep buying. Are you getting it now? This is intelligent shopping. Now when you know Diwali is going to come, sales will come. If you need a suit and you don't need it today, wait for a month. So at the same price of 1, you can buy 2 or 3. Okay? Again, quantity doesn't matter, but if you're at the same price getting more, then why not? Okay? So, shop smartly and footwear you buy online or in-store? In-store. Okay. And if you know कि इसका size ये है, you already know it, then you can get it. Correct. Correct. Yeah. Got it. So now for people who are working, these are the, actually in general also there's formal, see for corporate people it's business formal, business professional, business casual, casual. For non-office going people, it is formal, semi-formal, day formal and casual, or day casual, casual. Okay, so these are the 4 main categories that your wardrobe needs to have. Now why I'm telling you this is, remember I told you can put pictures on your phone. Now you subdivide these pictures into these 4 categories. So now when you're going for a dinner, like both of you said that it's a very hard decision to decide what to wear. If you have a folder of evening wear, then all you need to do is go to that folder, go through the 20-30 pictures, and then you don't need to get frustrated because that's the truth, that's what you have. फिर कपड़ों पे गुस्सा नहीं निकलता, ये भी नहीं है, वो भी नहीं है, मेरे को कुछ नहीं मिल रहा, पहनने का, your bed is a mess, and then you only have to clean it up the next day. Okay, so you can swipe through, and also what will happen is when you visually have these pictures in front of you, you will know that most of your wardrobe is blue and black. Or most of your day wear is red and pink. And then you realize that there's a lot of other colors that don't exist. So when you go shopping, you will start filling in those gaps with those colors. And then you will have a more wholesome wardrobe. Okay? Your wardrobe must consist of pants that fit you well. These are basics. Tops that fit you well. Shirts that fit you well. Kurtas that fit you well. Right? Whenever you feel that the fitting of one is going or it's getting faded or you can't wear it, swap it. Replace it with another. But these are basics that will give you the confidence of a powerful wardrobe because you will always know that you have these basics in place. Then when you struggle कि कुछ भी नहीं पहनते, at least you know that you have solid basics that you can use and then team them up with something. Is there Zara here? H&M? Yes. But H&M is a younger demographic. Yeah? Marks and Spencer is there. Marks and Spencer are also great. Now, the other thing that women in Raipur will never do it because all paisas over here. But half of Bombay does this, that wear and return. If you because they have 30-day return policy.
I've done many times.
Yeah. There's a 30-day return policy. You take it. You do? Huh? I'll tell you, a lot of a lot of, so there are two things. There are two things. Two things. One is that a lot of tags come with a safety pin now. Come with a tiny safety pin, so you can remove it and put it back on. Second is that tag you can double side tape it to the inside, so it won't scratch you. Okay, half a Bombay exists on this. Also, I hope you know that none of the celebrities buy what they wear. You are aware of it. That's my job. My employment money comes from that. My job is to contact a designer. XYZ is attending Filmfare Awards. I want to source a gown from you. Can you please share your lookbook? XYZ will post pictures and give you credits. She will send the lookbook. I like these 4-5 accounts. Please send them. I will try it on the artist. Whatever looks nice. उसपे कच्चा टाका करेंगे. She will wear it. She will do pictures. She will post on Instagram. अगले दिन I will return it to the designer. Huh? Yes. That is so. This is soft marketing, or this is push marketing, where people will see it and they will say, "Oh, I really like Shilpa Shetty ने aeroplane का कौन सा शरारा पहना था? अच्छा भूमिका ग्रोवर का है, very nice." Then you will follow her on Instagram and then you will buy. The main purpose of this is to target audiences in Raipur, Indore, Nagpur, Surat, Chennai, Hyderabad, Kochi, Bhubaneswar. These are the target markets. Celebrity sourcing purely happens for this reason. Okay, and I will give you an example. A friend of mine, he's a guys, focus here, or go outside and discuss. There's a designer friend of mine, and Alia Bhatt had attended a wedding, I think 2 or 3 months back, and she wore this sequence pinkish peach colored sari she had worn, and she must have reached the wedding at about 10:30, 11, so she wore it and he shared it on his Instagram that Alia Bhatt in XYZ design, and the pictures came in and then she tagged or whatever, and then he slept off at 12:31. He woke up in the morning at 10 o'clock because it was morning in America. He had 35 orders on that same summer overnight. So it actually works. Celebrities wearing, and I never used to believe it, but I've spoken to so many designers for whom this formula has worked so much. Harnaz had worn this lehenga for her national costume when she got Miss Universe in Abhinav Mishra painting. वो I think stage से उतरी भी नहीं होगी, and he already got an order for that lehenga. So these things really do help in that sense. Okay, so there are a lot of ways to maneuver saving money and getting dressed also. Okay, we'll move on to the next slide. What have we done? No. Okay, so now I've already actually gone through this, that fit matters, color, according to the time of the day. Whoever's in a corporate, you must remember that nothing can be loud. And in general life also, I feel minimalistic is safer than maximalistic. But if you're a vibrant personality, if you're a bubbly person, if you are fun, then be it. Okay, because you will feel like you're in a jail if you're very sober, the way you're dressed. If you're in neutral colors or whatever, you will not feel comfortable. So you need to become that, you need to wear what you want. Okay, will you just press the next one? This I've already spoken about. I'm not repeating. Yeah. Okay, there are four key aspects to your look, which is your outfit, your accessories, your footwear, your hair and makeup. Okay, you have to find one hero. Now, okay, imagine if there's a Bollywood movie that has Alia Bhatt, Madhuri Dixit, Sonakshi Sinha, Varun Dhawan, Aditya Roy Kapoor all in one movie. What do you get? Kalank. Okay? The movie was only Kalank. That's why your clothes with your overall appearance will also look like a dhabba only if there are too many hero elements in what you're wearing. Okay? When you're getting ready, when you're getting dressed, you have to find one hero. That hero can be your full outfit, it can be one element of the outfit, it can be your handbag, it can be your eye makeup, it can be your footwear, it has to be one thing. That one hero needs to stand out. Then there needs to be one supporting person. So if your outfit is great, then your handbag. Or if your outfit is great, then your earrings. Or if your earrings are great, then your footwear. Okay? That supports it. And the rest of it is supporting cast. The rest of it has to be muted and neutral. That makes for a successful outfit. When you have too many elements, you know how I told you that one relative who dresses badly and is really rich, that family member is coming. Because they don't understand finding a hero. They want to show all heroes in that one look. Right? So that's why when you're getting, again, when you said that it becomes very difficult to decide what to wear, you have to find that one hero element. And then the rest match it and make it fall in place. Right? And it can be something as basic as socks for men. If you find interesting socks and you just do a plain suit and a t-shirt inside and sneakers, then those socks will become the hero. And they'll add that one little X factor to a plain suit. Yeah? Correct. So you have to find every time you get ready, think of that one thing that is going to, and if you go for an event and then someone says, hey, I really like your X, and that was your hero element, that means you're a success. It is very easy to be told that she's very fashionable, but it's very difficult to be told that she's very stylish. Because fashion paise se aata hai, style khud se aata hai. Getting it? Abhi, like, she's dressed in a jacket and pants, but she's layered it with chains. That's her personal sense of style. Right? Someone else would have done earrings with it. But because it closes in a V, it just beautifully covers her neckline. That is her style. Now, it has, it's covered at the shoulders, but it's sleeveless. If she let her hair loose, then her hair is going for a party and her body is going for a meeting. So the pony sits well. Are you getting it? You have collars. You have slightly bigger collars for your shoulders, but you've tied your hair. So it gives you a broader carriage. Automatically it works for you. These little changes or tweaks, like I'll give you, now that I've spoken about, I'll give you little examples. If you are apple shaped, if you're bigger on the waist, wear vertical stripes if you have to wear stripes, not horizontal. Because horizontal stripes will take the person's eye all around the waist. Vertical stripes will cut it. Okay? If you have very broad shoulders and your contour broad shoulders are beautiful and beautiful and all models, but if you're conscious of your broad shoulders, then wear thicker straps or wear sleeves. If you have narrow shoulders, wear thinner straps. And thinner straps are probably at the corner of your shoulders, so it gives you an illusion of broader shoulders. If you have a bigger hip and you always worry about wearing pants, wear high-waisted pants. So they sit above on your true waist, and then it beautifully takes the shape of your body, and wear wide leg pants. So they fall straight and they don't come inside. So these tiny adjustments in the clothes that you wear, if you are conscious of your tummy, then wear darker colors on top. And then your layering can be lighter colors instead of doing it the down. Got it? If you have short legs, wear crop pants. Pants that get over it. Shahid Kapoor wear all his pants finish at his ankles. So he feels the sari pants which chote with a number. He's probably one of the shortest actors in Bollywood. Him and Varun Dhawan. Varun Dhawan dresses wrong for his body type. That's why he looks slanty always. Shahid always looks tall. Right? So very structured, body fitted suits that fit pants finish at his ankle, gives him that height. Right? Any particular body part or anything that any of you are confused or struggle with? If you have, see, if you have heavy arms, never wear something that cuts you on the mid-arm, because that cuts you right through the flesh. And even if they're not so heavy, it will bulge out right after because it's going to hold it tighter over there. If you have heavier arms, or it should either be just above your elbow or middle over here. Got it? When you wear something which is with sleeves, the fabric will be slightly thicker, because kabhi-kabhi kya hota hai, you wear thin fabric and that fabric takes the shape of the fat, so it looks like a bigger bulk in the shape of the fabric. Got it? You can also do bell sleeves, you can do balloon sleeves. If you do bell sleeves, you can also make it nice and sexy. You can do bell sleeves with a slit. So there's a hint of skin, but it's not the entire arm. Okay? You can wear blazers that are draped, जैसे अभी तो मैंने हाथ डाले, but they're draped over the shoulders. So it will give you a broader carriage and it will cut your body completely. Anything else? That's something that I also struggle with. You know, I was telling Sanya and everyone before that I was a professional dancer before I got into fashion, so I was extremely skinny and very fit. And then I just left any form of fitness, and I started gaining weight, and it went and it sat on the love handles, and I used to be like, I lose weight easily, and it's like two children sitting on either side of my body refusing to eat. So it's the hardest to lose, but for love handles, basically never wear something that sits at or on. It has to sit above the love handles. So that's why every time you have either from love handles to a broader hip, it always has to sit on your true waist. So, and get pants with a slightly thicker waistband. So it sits on your waistband and then it falls out instead of shaping in. Right? Another way of covering love handles is layering. So if you take jackets on top, take capes on top, take layers on top, any form of outerwear helps covering it. Okay? Don't wear pants that are loose over your love handles, because if you have love handles and you wear pants and you add a belt over it, that belt creases through your skin and instead of one gives you two love handles. Right? So it always has to be over it. Anything else? For a heavy bust, try to keep the necklines higher. I'll tell you what, for heavy bust, the main thing is to wear the right bra. I have worked with so many models whose mothers took no interest in teaching them which bra to wear, that they have spent 14 to 20 to 7 years of their life wearing the wrong bra. So by now their bust, even before marriage and having children, has reached their knees. Okay, so I need to get 2 tractors to hold them up. So step number 1 is to wear the right bra. Okay, even if it means that you wear a sports bra. A lot of women are alien to the idea of wearing a sports bra on a daily basis. It's actually better because the underwire cuts into your skin, which is not good for health also. Okay, so and even the strap sits into your skin. So on a daily basis, to get the right hold and support, you should ideally try getting used to sports bras. Okay, and you can also wear sports bras under your quad sets and kurtas or whatever. It doesn't show. Keep the neckline higher. Okay, and let it see, if you're not conscious about it, let it take the shape of your body if you're doing fitted tops, and let it cut you at the waist. Don't pull it low. The other thing is that if you're very conscious of your bust, then wear oversized tops, oversized shorts. Okay, there are these really nice tops that they're fitted to just above your bust and then they flare out. So those look really cute and pretty. There are lots of kurtas also like that. that go and they finish till your knee or whatever. That's also really fun and a cute way of looking at it. Also, if you are risky, then if you have a heavy bust, don't wear round neck. Wear a deeper V-neck. You know the Sabyasachi blouses? Sabyasachi never does those round blouses because round looks cheap. It needs to cut through the cleavage. Okay, and then you can do whether you want to do 8 or 7 or 8 or 8.5 or 9 or 10 inches of the deepness, that depends on you. Okay, if you have a heavy bust, don't do too much layering because that will add weight over it. Your original layer needs to fit you in a way where you're comfortable. Okay. Or the only layering that you can actually do in a corporate setup is add a blazer to it so that it cuts it on either side. So you just see the center bit of it like with my blazer. Okay? Anything else? Same as the heavy hip. Basically with heavy thighs you can wear those midi skirts, the asymmetric skirts. Those look really nice if you can wear skirts. If you're doing Indian wear, palazzos work very well, palazzo pants work very well with heavier thighs. Don't wear anything that cuts you at your thigh. So upper thigh, mid thigh, low thigh. Wear gharara, not sharara. Because gharara, those pants start from the top. They flare out from here. Sharara, I find it is so in right now, but I think it's the most hideous Indian form of clothing is a sharara, and I think the most appalling is where the sharara ka kurti gets over here and then you have this one patch of plain fabric and then the pants start from here. It's just ridiculously ugly, but it is so in that everyone is wearing it. I am actually a complete sari person. For me, the quintessential Indian wear is a sari. Again, I was telling that before, I was probably 9 or 10. Your bust takes a certain shape. Always make sure that your blouses in the front are slightly higher and you can go deeper on the back. So those blouses also look really nice, but like a really high neck. So if you have like a beautiful emerald set, do a lovely high neck blouse in the front. Keep the back completely empty and wear a lovely choker on top of it. That's classy. Rather than वो ब्लाउज भी गिर रहा है, दुपट्टा भी गिर रहा है, तुम भी लहंगा पकड़ के बच्चों के पीछे भाग रहे हो, फोटो में बोल रहे हो अच्छी नहीं लग रही, रियल लाइफ में तो और भी बकवास लग रहे हो. So you confuse, because what happens is you have imagined your 28-year-old or 25-year-old self at that wedding. Like I said, you not realize that now you have an 8-year-old kid and your body is matured and it looks different. That doesn't mean that you stop wearing a lehenga, but it means that you wear a lehenga which is more appropriate for your body today that you'll be comfortable in. Or you be the kind that who doesn't care, like those Punjabi aunties whose dupatta will fly and bust is all over the place, but she's still doing her bhangra, her child is weeping on the side, she doesn't care. So, or you be that person that you don't bother about anything other than your mother-in-law's call the next day. Any other thing that you're conscious of bodily or anything that you struggle with outfit-wise? I am a huge fan of midi dresses because I find them timeless and I find them very classy. Midi skirts and midi dresses look nice when your legs are longer. If I were a woman, I wouldn't wear them because they would cut me even shorter. Because they generally get done at your knees or your calves. So only a very small patch of your leg shows, so it stunts. It'll look great on Malaika, never wears midi dresses. But it'll look great on Shilpa Shetty or Kriti Sani. Not on Pariniti Chopra. Are you getting it? So midi dresses look great when you have long legs and when you have a slightly slender body. Because then the flare looks pretty, like Cinderella in that sense. Maxi dresses start from the top to the bottom, which I think are the best for anyone who's bodily conscious. Because you can buy them when they're loose from the top, when they're loose from the bust, when they're loose from the underbust, or they're loose from the waist. There are 4 different categories of maxi dresses that come. So that depends on your level of comfort. But I think for the afternoons, or they, like, I think it's a great way if you're comfortable in dresses. You can also, so when you said that arms can become an issue. Now maxi dresses come with like these balloon sleeves also. So they look really pretty with their balloon. And you know what you can do is, if you're conscious of your upper torso and your arms, you do balloon sleeves and you do something which is like, you know, which is slightly high neck, and then it flares out and it's pretty. Right? So, and then if you have great legs, then you can do a maxi dress with a little sleeve. Right? So both are nice, but it's for different body types. Maxi, midi is for taller women with slightly slender frame. Maxi is for all body types that are pear or apple or India's like a matka. I'll tell you one more logic, which I think I should patent. India's map or geography is the Indian woman's body to where she belongs. The North Indian, which is Jammu Kashmir, Punjab, Pahari women, they all have heavy arms. All their weight goes to their arms or their bust, sardanis. Okay? You come lower down, you come to the central belt of your Madhya Pradesh, bit of Rajasthan, Odisha, whatever, their midsection is a problem. They all have a tie or multiple. And then when you go to the south, it is the hips and the thighs. So anyway, a map is like the shape of a body, and the map follows the Indian body type. So where you come from, your body is exactly that. So that is your problem area that you need to work on and be conscious of. Okay? Next slide. Acha, hair and makeup. This is a rule of thumb. Every time you are going to get your hair done, every time you have an event the next day and you're going to the parlor to get your hair done, blow dry or straightened or curled or whatever, what will you never do? What will you never? Yes, you will never wash your hair that morning. You will wash your hair the previous morning, and you will condition your hair at least 2 days before. Because the conditioner makes your hair really good. Right? It becomes soft and fine. When they use products and when they use machines on your hair is so soft and silky that it doesn't hold on to anything. Midway through the party, only your curls will start opening up. So you have to shampoo your hair the previous night. Okay? Your base is the most important when you do makeup. Your base, your foundation has to be your skin tone, and now there are enough places that have enough shade to match every person's skin tone. Okay, so if you ever try, is there Sephora here? So if you ever go to any other, up to Tira Beauty bhi aa gaya hai. But the problem with Nykaa now, Tira, will be how will you find your shade? If you're ever traveling at any airport, most airports have Sephora, go half an hour early and make them, tell them to give you your actual foundation color. Make them try it on your face, and also just telling you that I have not bought foundation in the last 2.5-3 years. Every airport I go to, I take testers. Every airport that I go to, it is a habit. I will reach, check in, find Sephora, ask them what is my skin tone. They will say some wrong, and I will say, I think this one suits me. Will you try it? Yes, it suits me. I want to test it for 1 month. Can you give me a little bit in a tester? So we can't give you the whole thing, we can give it to you in a concealer box. Sure, that's fine. Yeah. So they said, and then if you want, you can try different tests. Get concealer from one tray, get foundation from one tray, get under eye cream from another tray. I'm telling you. Whenever, if and when you go right? So these are little fun ways of trying, testing and succeeding and saving money in the same room. But most, and I'll tell you what, most people in India, general Janta, buys MAC. Okay, now what you have to remember is MAC is made for the American skin tone. So MAC, their foundation is yellowish orange, which makes our face in sunlight look either forehead grey होने लगता है या गाल yellow होने लगता है. That's why I would suggest either get Bobby Brown or Huda or Rare Beauty is very good. Or if you want to open your husband's pockets a little bit more, then there's Charlotte Tilbury, who's fantastic, or then there's Chanel and Armani. And the thing is that their foundations last really long on you and with you. If you apply their foundation, you can go 2 days without washing your face and it will look like you've just done your makeup. And the amount of product that you need to use is so little that that box will also last you a very long time. So it's an investment, but it's a good investment. Okay, never share your mascara with anyone, no matter if they're family or friends or whatever, because the purpose of our eyelashes is to be blinking whenever dust comes. Okay, so all the dust and germs are stored in your eyelashes. When you share it, you're sharing germs, and that's when eye infections start happening to you. Okay, so try not sharing mascara. If you're sharing a lipstick, with your lipstick, keep earbuds with you. If someone wants your lipstick, give them your lipstick and give an earbud. They can wipe it with the earbud and then apply the lipstick with that. So in Bombay now, these are Western techniques that are coming to India also. Now in shoots also, no makeup artist applies lipstick directly. They all apply with, or brushes. Anything else that, I'm not an expert in hair and makeup, but because it's a part of my overall profession, so I know.
So is it okay, you can be dressed differently many times, but is it okay to have the same hair all the time?
Yes. Yeah. It's also, like I said, Deepika's trademark is the chapta hair. Yeah. It becomes a look. See, the thing is that I feel I want to get a haircut done yesterday, I would have looked so much better, but I got busy. Hair is a very important part of how we look. Right? For men especially, because that's the only accessory you have. So, you can keep the same hair if it works for you. I don't think it is very important to experiment with your hair. The darker hair colors work better with Indian skin tone, which is your chocolate mocha, coffee. These colors work better than blonde or shades of blonde. Your hairstyle can be the same. If you want to experiment once in a while, do it. But it really changes your look. So it's a risk if you want to take it. But otherwise, I think if your hair is working, if you want to keep it the same, that's fine. You can dye it differently or whatever. But I have a video also I'll show you with a friend of mine who had hair till here. She never got it cut. And she wanted to get it cut and she said, I can't do it, I'm really coming, she's weeping or whatever, and she got it cut till here. She donated the rest of it, but it just changed how she looks completely. Because there was so much weight on her hair, even her stance changed. Every time she would be like this, because her hair was just pulling, it was so heavy, it was pulling her back. The way she dresses has changed, the way she smiles has changed, it has changed her completely. So if you feel that your hair is weighing you down and is holding on to your personality, change it. If you've never colored your hair, be very careful before you start coloring it, because then it is a lifelong process. There is no undoing it. Because your products change, your shampoo changes, your conditioner changes, your hair care routine changes, and if you're investing in hair color, then do it from a good place. Because you cannot undo the damage if it's not done well. Next? Yes. No, I said that you would find your comfort in what you're confident in. Which you have to, now you have to do two things, no? One, you have to build on what is comfortable. And second, whatever you, when you go to a store and whatever you have what you have a fear of, what you like, what you think is not nice for you, try it in the trial. You have to make that effort. And if it doesn't look nice, that's okay. You know it doesn't look nice for sure.
I really wanted to be trendy I hate them on myself because I've always been the person who's never worn prints. I've never worn color on color. I've never worn.
Wear a quad set which is black on black. Wear a quad set which is beige on beige, which has no print on it. Wear a quad set which is print on solid. Wear a quad set which is, see, you are very comfortable in western. So wear a quad set which is a shirt and pants, not a kurta with palazzo. Right? Within the quad set का पूरा परिवार find what is your बच्चा. हाँ, you have to find what उसमें भी there will be कुछ ना कुछ जो तुम्हारा अपना हो जाएगा. It is a buffet. तुम्हें दाल मखनी नहीं लेनी तो तुम कढ़ाई पनीर ले लो, पर बुफे से कुछ तो खा के जाओ. Right? So that's why you bring within the quad. And also guys, what she said is so valid, which I have missed out on. Saying no to a trend is also style. You don't have to follow every trend that comes. If it doesn't match your personality, don't do it. Correct, because you're conscious and you feel stupid in it.
I feel very comfortable in wearing a sari everywhere.
हाँ.
I feel very comfortable wearing like proper structured.
But not a quad set.
Yes, but then I feel from trying new things. तो मुझे ये समझ में नहीं आता what
तो new things अब जो आप पहन रहे हो उसमें experiment करो. See, this new thing is a very drastic change to what you're doing right now. Within what you're wearing, start trying different things. Start experimenting with them. Start with the basics, and then move on to it. Next slide. Okay. Acha, now this is of course not related to power dressing. This is basic. The picture is obviously not power dressing. When you see in Indian wear, everything that you wear becomes power dressing. It is only the colors and the silhouettes that you wear. When you are in a corporate or when you are in a formal event, you will wear not an anarkali, but you wear those Pakistani suits, straight suits, which are probably till your knees or your calves or your ankle, with straight pants. Right? Those are nice and formal. Saris. Now saris, if you are in a formal thing, you will pleat up the pallu and pin it over here. You will use sober colors. You will not wear chamak dhamak sarees when you go to work. Okay, you will wear your typical traditional handloom sarees, Fab India looking type ones. Okay, you will obviously not wear a lehenga to work. So your two options are a suit and sari, and in a suit then sometimes your office is a little bit more chill, so you can do pants with a kurti. That also becomes that. I love sherwani jackets on women. I think that's the only cool trend that I really like. With like just straight pants and a formal sherwani jacket which is mid-thigh on knee length. I think that is power dressing for me. Okay. So now we're done with dhotis, but you need for a wedding. So that's too gimmicky, that's costume. Right? But with pants, it's nice. You can also do an open nehru jacket with a kurta on top. You can also do a sherwani jacket on a sari. That also looks really cool. You can also do a nehru jacket or a bandi on a sari. Right? So a jacket makes it a little bit more formal. You can also do a blazer with a sari. If you have the personality to carry it up, don't force it. Yeah? Next. Budget तो मैंने बहुत ही बोल दिया है. Next. This also is spoken about. Now, how many of you are comfortable in a suit? A formal blazer set. This is a nice one to have in your wardrobe. Not because you will wear it, but because it will add power to you. As in, कुछ लोग नहीं पहनते, उनको नहीं पसंद है पहनने को. पहनो तो रोज ही पहनो, वो तो बेस्ट ही है. But it is that sense of, it is that thing that your husband will feel. किसी दिन ये पहन के निकलेगी आपसे. Okay, so a powerful suit is very important. Even if it's, you don't need to get the whole suit, just get a blazer. You need to get a jacket. You have no, I'll tell you, and it is with me also. Because I'm so petite, I never used to like wearing suits before. I always used to wear pants and a shirt or a kurta or whatever when I used to go for weddings and all that stuff. And then my mom told me, she said, just get a suit, it will change your thinking. And I just felt older. The moment a suit came into my wardrobe, I just felt older. Just get a blazer, hang it in your wardrobe, it will just give you a sense of something. Hopefully good. Otherwise you can send it to me. Okay? As women, of course you can experiment with color with a suit. It doesn't need to be black, it doesn't need to be blue. It can be electric blue, it can be yellow, it can be pastel, it can be printed, it can be floral prints, paisley prints, it can be solid pants with a printed jacket. Okay, so you can play a lot, you can femininize your suit and still get power of it. Okay, there are these nice blazers that have a slit through the sleeve. You can do that. There are jackets that you just drape on your shoulder. There are blazers that have nice embroidery, embellishment type stuff over here. You can do that. You know, blazers also look great at parties. You know, these embellished party blazers look really nice because if you see, like you said, bust and arms. If you're wearing a nice long dress to a party, add a blazer just on your shoulders. It'll look very elegant, it'll look very classy. Okay, so that's a fun way of doing it. Also, if you're draping the blazer on your shoulder and not putting your arms through, you must put a safety pin from the inside to your dress. So you don't have to keep adjusting it, it just stays on your shoulder like a blouse. Now another important aspect of wardrobe and looking powerful and feeling powerful is your overall grooming. These are like those two spoiled children in class. You talk non-stop and the teachers to punish them or take them to the principal. So your basic hygiene is a huge part of your overall appearance. Waxing, shaving or whatever you do, perfume, deodorant, roll-on, whatever you use, eyebrows, threading. Now of course we're in this world of diversity and inclusivity where now they say that why men should wax and why women should wo nahi hai palat rahi hai, now men are waxing and women are saying that they don't want to wax. So but for me it's basic hygiene. Not so much about the hair. By the way, French women don't wax. They have full growth hair on their arms, most of them. Even Americans don't because they think that they're blonde, so their color doesn't show, but you can see them in swimming pools. Then full sunshine comes out. Okay, so well-maintained nails doesn't mean that you get gel nails, but just even your nails are trimmed, clean, nude nail paint, or French manicure or whatever. Toenails, little things, back of your neck, behind the ears, back of your ankles, elbows and knees. See, we as Indians genetically have dark knees. So you can polish them to become a little lesser dark, but it is natural. All Indians have dark knees. You can spot an Indian from the other South Asians by knowing that it's an Indian genetic issue of dark knees. Okay, so these are little things of hygiene: hair, dandruff, oiliness in the hair, split ends, kajal gunks on either ends of the eye, cracked lipstick, cracked concealer or base, makeup on the face not matching the neck. So these are certain basic hygiene checks that you need to do. Now, you know, there's this thing called body splash or body mist that became very popular in Miss Victoria's Secret ka. Now the thing is that in hot tropical countries like India, I don't think it works. Because then you start smelling like khatta santra after some time. Too visual. because the texture of a mist doesn't absorb into the body like a roll-on or a deodorant does in this weather. Okay, and it just stays for life. Okay, so that's why a roll-on is actually the best thing to use, and then perfume, and then deodorant. Also for waxing or whatever, out of laziness, I know a lot of people use wheat and all. I don't know how much to trust it because I think it's very unnatural the way it takes out hair. I don't understand the chemistry behind it breaking the hair at the root just by something. Also, there used to be something called Anne French back in the day which used to darken the skin really badly. So just make sure that the wax also that you're using or the waxing person that you go to, you get undergrowth bolte hai na, by the waxing. Ingrowth by the waxing. Okay, what they do is एक स्ट्रिप पे एक जगह पे वैक्स लगाया, यहाँ से निकाला, यहाँ से निकाला, यहाँ से निकाला, एक ही स्ट्रिप से उसने 24 जगह से निकाल के जब वो पूरा भर नहीं गया, वो अगली स्ट्रिप नहीं लेती. Now what keeps happening is that there's only a part of that wax that is scraping your body, and then वो hair follicle जो है, they break at the they break at the tip of the skin, they don't yank out of the root. And that is what comes out as ingrowth. Okay, so this you are not supposed to use soap right after waxing. You are supposed to shower with cold or room temperature water and just water wash yourself. Okay, नहीं तो redness होती है skin पे because the soap can react to the wax. So these are just like little basic things that जो घर वाली वैक्सिंग वाली को कभी नहीं बताएगी, उसको खुद को ही नहीं पता है, उसका रोज़ का धंधा है. सौ घर में जाके वो अपनी मशीन लगा के गरम वैक्स लगा के दब करके 15 मिनट में she bounces to the next house. Okay, but Google these things. What is the process of protecting yourself from ingrowth after waxing? It will take you 10 seconds to find out. So you will protect your skin from it. नहीं तो वहाँ बैठ के नोचते रहो उसको, टीवी देखते हुए. So visual, no? I've seen, it for some women it is so satisfying and inconspicuous that they don't even realize that they're doing it. I have friends that talk to me, बैठे I said, what are you doing? She said, आदत हो गई. So now this can be solved. Okay, so these are basic little hygiene things which will again make you more confident. Okay, next slide. Here we done. Done now. Okay, so guys, my main purpose. So when Saniya had approached me and when we spoke about doing this workshop, it was about power dressing. My aim to come here was empowering. Okay, it was you have access to information. You did not need to come out of your house to come here and to learn what power dressing is because you can very easily Google it. Which is this PPT. I can email it to all of you, Saniya, I can WhatsApp it or put it on your group also. You can read through it and you will get that basic information. But unless you understand the purpose of why you're doing what you're doing, when you dress up in economics, we learn 2 W's and 1 H. What, when, why, where, how. You have to answer these questions every time you're getting ready. What are you wearing it? Where are you wearing it? Why are you wearing this? When are you wearing this? Who are you wearing it for? And how will you look when you wear it? When you have a tick mark, सारे 5 पे तो नहीं होगा. When you have a tick at least on 3 of them, that means this is good to go. Okay? Take interest in what you wear. The thing is that right now most of you are at an age where either your interest will increase or will diminish completely. Because most of your kids between the age of 6 to 16, they are going to take over your lives. They already are. And you will start losing a sense of self out of love. not out of anything else. But that transition between giving time to them and forgetting yourself is so short that when then they go away to college or when they settle into their lives, you feel weighed down. And then you miss the years you could have actually worked on yourself and appreciated yourself. Because your husband's never going to do it. And they will do it when you do it for yourself. Okay? So, take time out to do things that make you happy, like this. Once a month coming to these sessions makes you happy. Right? The people who come to these, the mentors or experts or whoever come to these classes will not change your life. Because they may come to you again, not come again, no one knows. Their knowledge may make sense to you, may not make sense to you. Okay? But it has this opportunity to come here, has pulled you out of your mundane life, put you in a room with peers who are probably going through the same thing as you, so you don't feel alone in that battle or struggle, and it gives you something to look forward to. Do it only with that perspective. Okay, because everything that a man does is glorified. His salary raise is the best thing in the world. Him spending 1 hour with a child on a Sunday is a really beauty. Everything that a woman does is regular, taken for granted. Therefore, unless you take out that opportunity to make yourself feel special by doing activities like this, you will get bored. And the worst thing is to get bored of yourself, because eventually you have no one but yourself. Right? No one else is going to do it for you. Find that time to, you don't have to shop every time. Take out time to go out just for yourself. Take out time to go to the full independence for yourself. And you will not let it get that sense of ownership. When that sense of ownership goes away, then it is sense of companionship. Because you're equal in the relationship. You're not doing everything at his beck and call. You're doing everything out of love. Okay? So, coming from a single boy who's never been married. Yeah. So, try to do these things. Try to be happy. And hopefully you will enjoy and love clothes as much as I do after this session. And thank you so much, Free and Trust Organization, for inviting me and speaking to so many people.
That was truly a very informative.
Because you're not just wastefully picking something up without knowing whether it matches anything in your wardrobe or not. So of course that sense of awareness is important, that whatever you buy, whether you call it capsule or anything else, anything that you buy must have a purpose in your wardrobe. Don't just aimlessly hoard clothes without knowing whether it is going to have a purpose and whether you will ever wear it or not. Only then you will enjoy what you're wearing. Okay? So yes, in that sense, I do feel that it is good to have that. But again, if it's a personality thing, that if you think that it's going to box you and not allow you to experiment, then break that cycle. Keep having these breaks in between where like, okay, cool, no, I'm going to get this because I don't do this regular and I need to break that pattern and let me try this and then see if it works for you, then go back to your pattern again. Anyone else? I think I've answered quite a few questions. Done.
शूट पर मैं कॉल कर रहा हूँ, शूट कर रहा हूँ, कॉल कर रहा हूँ, शूट कर रहा हूँ.
Hi, I'm Jyoti Lunkar, and on behalf of Women in Trust, I would like to extend a note of thank you to you, Mr. Bharat Gupta. Thank you so much for your insightful words on everything, just not about the dressing, to life skills and everything. And as you rightly said, clothes definitely have the power to portray an image that we wish to portray at different times, differently. Your tips and tricks, of course, about the makeups and the dresses will definitely help us in a transformative journey of our simple, humble clothes to becoming the power dresses very soon. Thank you so much once again. And And for any successful session, we need a good speaker and we need an equally good audience. So thank you everybody for coming up, for being such an attentive and a responsive audience. Your inputs will definitely add to the takeaways that we have from this session today. Hope to see you soon in the next session. Till then,